Hey y'all, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Savannah and I am the founder, creative decorator, and just everything behind the scenes for Roxy Clay & Co. And today we are going to be talking about the clays that I love and then the clays that I just cannot work with or that are just not up to quality and standards for me. So to get started, Amazon clay. Let's talk about that for a second. When I first started my journey with clay earrings and all of that, I did not do my research like I should have. And I just went on Amazon and purchased some clay. I didn't even read the reviews or anything. Well, I was in for a rude awakening when I got the clay in. I first started working with it and it was just super soft, like it almost melted in your hands. That's how soft it was. And it stuck to everything. It got fingerprints all in it. It was just awful. So I learned my lesson from that. Do not buy clay off of Amazon. I mean, some creators and jewelry makers, they can work with it, but it also depends on which clay you get from Amazon because they're all different. But I did my research and I learned that Sculpey Souflee and Sculpey Premo are two of the best clays that you can purchase. So with Sculpey Souffle and Sculpey Premo, they're both super soft and buttery and they don't really give you fingerprints and they're just the perfect clay in my opinion. Now Sculpey Souffle is a little bit softer than Sculpey Premo, not much softer, but just a little bit. And then with Sculpey Souffle, you're not going to have as many color options as you would with Sculpey Premo. But between the two of them, you can definitely mix a color that you're looking for, create your own colors, or find a color that you want. So you do have options with these two. Now, I do have other people asking me what they're doing wrong with their earrings because they just keep breaking and cracking and they don't know what is going on with them. So the first question I asked them is what type of clay are you using, and they tell me Sculpey 3. Now Sculpey 3 is definitely, in my opinion, one of the worst clays that you can work with because in the packaging it feels nice and everything, but as soon as you try and sand your earrings or go into drill your holes into them, that's when you run into your problems. It doesn't give you the flexibility that you want. It's like you try and bend it and it completely snaps in half, or it's so brittle and chalky that it just falls apart as soon as you try and do anything with it once it's done baking. So stand clear of Sculpey 3. Definitely do Sculpey Premo or Sculpey Souffle. Another one of my all-time favorites is the Fimo Leather Effect. So with the Fimo Leather Effect, you are going to have to work with it a little bit and condition it some to get it to that point of where you want it. So it's very soft. Still, you just got to work with it some. And then once it's done baking, it gives you the perfect, like, texturized earring. And then Fimo also has Fimo Effect, Fimo Professional, and these two. So with Fimo Effect, you're gonna have to condition it. It's soft, but it's not as soft as Sculpey Souffle or Sculpey Premo. And then the Fimo Professional is one of the harder clays on the market. So with this one, you are gonna have to condition it for a while. It's gonna take time to get it to that consistency that you want it at. So there are also a few other types of clay out there. Kato poly clay is a harder clay to work with. That was also one of my first purchases when I started my journey with clay. So I'm not sure if I just got a bad block of clay or what I did wrong with it. But the Kato poly clay that I got, it was just very brittle and chalky. It almost reminds me of Sculpey 3. Now, with Kato poly clay, I have heard amazing things about it, and I've also heard a few negative things. But The block that I got, it was not what I was expecting it to be. After a few hours of me conditioning it, it finally got to the stage where I wanted it to be at. But by that point, I was just like, why am I working with this when it's going to take me forever to get it to where I want it to be? So another type of clay is the Cernette Clay. Personally, I have never worked with Cernette. I've heard a few good things about it. It is definitely a harder clay out there to work with, and you do have to condition it for a minute. But again, once you get it to that conditioned state that you're looking for, it's also a pretty good clay. Now, I have looked everywhere for Cernette Clay. None of my local craft stores have it around me, so I have not been able to try it. So if you have tried it, let me know in the comments how it is for you. So if you are a beginner and wanting to check out some clays and start your own little jewelry business, my definite favorites are Sculpey Premo, Sculpey Soufle, Fimo Leather Effect. Those three are all really good starter clays. And then after that, if you want to kind of branch out into harder clays that you just have to work with and condition more, definitely go to Fimo Professional, Cernette Clay, and Kato Poly Clay. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, and come back next week for another video. Alright, but thank you guys for... I don't know what to say. You're interrupting my YouTube video. Bendy, come here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Hi. Say hi. That is my big fur baby Bendy.